r/AskReddit. What does the USA do better than other countries? Might sound dumb but mail. USPS handles half of the world's volume of mail any given day. The facility I work at processed 16 billion pieces in 24 hours a few days before Christmas. The USPS is older than the US. Fun fact. Ted, we need to set up a mail delivery service. Okay, what shall we call it? The United States Postal Service. Okay, but what the hell are the United States? We'll work on that later. Well, I'm sold. Belt sander racing. Racing in general. The minute you make two of something, we're going to race them. Bar stools, lawn mowers, even cooler racing. Cooler racing, I must know more. Acronyms. Just look at the USA Patriot Act, or Uniting and Strengthening America by Providing Appropriate Tools Required to Intercept and Obstruct Terrorism. Actually, we call those backronyms, as the full term is created to make a cool acronym. I just call it monstrous. America's greatest gifts to the world: national parks, NASA, jazz, and blues. Britain's greatest gift to the world: America. All jokes aside, U.S. national parks, and other public lands, are simply amazing. I try to visit as many of the national parks, 35/63, as I can, but as a backpacker, I focus more on the wilderness areas. We have some non-national park lands that rival the beauty of any national park. Edit. Because a few people are asking. Here are some of my favorite non-national parks. I've included some of my shots of the places so y'all can see. Sorry for the plug, but people are asking for more shots, and this is easier because I'm on mobile now. Insta at Alex Smoliski. Edit 2. I think Europe has found this comment. I'm starting to get some heat. I'm not saying the only beautiful areas are in the US, I'm saying that the US has an absurd number of diverse landscapes to be found within one country. These specific landscapes have never been mass commercialized, which is a fairly unique quality, considering how old the Western world is. Of course, other countries have beautiful places, I'm not taking that away from them. But the US has tropics and tundra, deserts and glaciers, swamps and forests, plains and peaks. It's got a little bit of everything. It's also got Utah. Part of my comment was to share some of the places in the US people from Europe might not have known even existed. I want to share these awesome places that we don't even consider national parks. The reason I said the US does national parks better than anyone else is that 1, the US came up with the idea, 2, they haven't screwed it up yet, and 3, the US has the highest number of unique biomes within one nation. We are simultaneously one of the fattest countries in the world, and one of the most athletic countries in the world. Sometimes we combine the two, and make offensive and defensive linemen. As a Mexican, it pains me to say this, but breakfast food. Dear God, there's nothing like an all-American breakfast. What's your favorite breakfast foods? Mine would be waffles, sausage patties, scrambled eggs and hash browns. Or biscuits and gravy, is always good. Over easy eggs, home fries, from Bob Evans, bacon, ham, pancakes. I do like biscuits and gravy as well, and I wouldn't consider it a normal breakfast item, but I do love a McGriddle. Sorry. Confused Brit here. Can you explain biscuits and gravy? Because we dunk our biscuits in tea, not gravy, lol. Our biscuits are like, light, flaky, less dry scones. When they're not going to be combined with gravy, they're usually split in half, top and bottom, and then each half is eaten with butter, honey, or jelly/jam/preserve spread across it. Sausage gravy is just sausage browned in a pan with flour, milk, salt, and pepper added. The gravy doesn't look that appetizing, but it's so delicious. Extremes. The nicest/most humble, and rudest/most arrogant, people I've ever met are, in both cases, Americans. By far. Most foreigners I've run into fall somewhere in between. And the same goes for weight. Most obese, most skeletal, most fit. All been Americans in my experience. Edit, since I realize it slipped my mind, some of the dumbest, and some of the smartest, that I have personally met have been Americans. If we're gonna do something, we're gonna FCK cowboy it. Politeness, I just met you on this bus, and you need a kidney? Here you go. Stepped on my sneakers on the bus? Ope, here I go killin' again. Don't forget to leave a comment of your favorite breakfast.